Good morning, everybody. We have a great day here today. It's raining, and so I wanted to do a mental health routine that I do for myself every day. And I call it 5 minutes. I trained everybody around me because I'm a counselor. So my mom, my dad a little bit, my mom more, my partners, my friends. They know what 5 minutes means. It means shared time, meaning I have 5 minutes where I can share how shitty I feel, or what pains I have, or what I'm struggling with. And I use these 5 minutes to let out anything that's really on my mind and it's bothering me and it keeps me stuck. Sometimes it's more than 5 minutes. So in these 5 minutes, there are a couple of rules that I set up for people, meaning I'm listening to you for 5 minutes, or you're listening to me for 5 minutes, and I'm listening to you for 5 minutes. And in these 5 minutes, you're not allowed to interrupt, you're not allowed to give me advice, you're not allowed to share it with anybody, and you just give me a loving attention while I'm letting things out. And this is a very helpful tool if you're recuperating from sepsis, because sepsis affects the mental state so much. I mean, I was wasting away for a month, meaning my brain was shutting down before I even was in the hospital again, being septic. So you have to process a lot of trauma, and you have to process a lot of things that have changed after having sepsis. So these 5 minutes help me. So the 5-minute rules you can teach to your family, to your friends, anybody you feel safe with to share things with. And they get 5 minutes too, and they will appreciate it too, because you will actually get really close. So I've gotten really close to my mom through that, through my partners, through my colleagues, friends, things like that. I set up a community around me so that I have people that I can go to when I need to vent and let things out. And the way the body processes things better is when we let it out instead of keeping it inside, and we're actually talking about it. And the body actually starts releasing things through laughing, crying, sweating, shaking, and yawning. These are the physical ways the body releases trauma and emotional things. So when you see children, they're fantastic in releasing things. And the older we get, the more we do not release things in those ways, and we get more rigid. So the brain has an incredible way of recuperating. My mom ran a neuroscience research institute, so I know a lot about, how the brain works. And it's amazing how the brain cells can recuperate and recover from crazy things. And so we, as sepsis survivors, need to make this a priority, that we need to release the trauma that still sits in the body and sits in here, because we experience 3 ways of kind of oppressive behavior or weird behavior around us. Number 1, our body attacked ourselves, which was a really crazy experience when the body attacks itself. Then we have the healthcare system. The healthcare system, some of the doctors or some of the nurses did not know what to do. So there was this trust issues that we developed with nurses, and they didn't know. They would love to help us, but they didn't know, or doctors, or they made a mistake. So you couldn't even trust your doctors or trust your nurses in that regard. And then family trust issues, meaning like people were looking at us weird because my mind, my body was shutting down, and I thought I had a huge depression. I've never been depressed in my life, and I didn't know what was going on. So people were like, "What's going on with you?" So we have this constant distrust with our body, with the healthcare system, with even family and friends, and we need to rebuild that. And these 5 minutes help to do that. So So to rebuild this trust, I highly recommend doing 5 minutes a day. It could be an hour. Whatever you need. You know, you start with 5 minutes. People have a hard time listening because everybody's up to here at the moment because of the whole situation that the world is in. But if you do 5 minutes a day and then you keep more minutes added, the better you will feel. And just know that pain and any kind of disease that people struggle with is very, very isolating. Pain can very much isolate you. So it's important to share and to get it out. So I'm here for you and sending lots of love to you, and do your 5 minutes. Okay, bye-bye.